That's right, tonight we are going to review an American classic. You see the label, you see the bottle, you know what it is. It's one from Jack Daniel's Distillery, a subsidiary, that is, of Brown & Forman. They're out of Lynchburg, Tennessee, US of A. Yay, yay. And what booze do we have from them today? We have their Jack Daniel's Old No. 7. This is a Tennessee whiskey, aka bourbon. We'll get into that in a minute. It's a year-round or omnipresent serving. It clocks in at 40% ABV or 80 proof. Now, this is the original spirit that was invented by our good buddy Jasper Daniel, or also better known as Jack Daniels, back in the 1800s. Now, what do we need to know about this lovely, well, kind of lovely, it's not my favorite libation on the planet. Well, Brown & Forman, just so you know, they've owned Jack Daniel's since like the 50s. They also own Woodford Reserve, Old Forester, brands like that. They also own Herradura down in Mexico, because Herradura was always using Jack Daniel's barrels for their tequila. Anywho, so this Old No. 7 Tennessee whiskey, what about that? Well, it meets all the criteria to be bourbon. However, they've used the Lincoln County method, or mellowing method, by filtering Jack Daniel's, their raw spirit, through 10 feet of sugar maple charcoal. And I believe Jack Daniel's, if memory serves, they actually pulverize that when they filter it through there. So, anywho. So, what about the mash bill for this? It's 80% corn, 12% rye, and 8% malted barley. And they also age this for 4 years. They have to, but because it meets that whole bourbon criteria. So they're big about that, saying Tennessee whiskey. You see sour mash on the front of this. All sour mash is, they hold out some of the leftover, like distiller's beer, and they put it in to help the fermentation process of the distiller's beer before they make it into a distillate. Anyway, so it's and almost all bourbon manufacturers these days use that sour mash technique. So that's nothing like big alchemy or anything like that. It's just a brewing, that's kind of a brewing technique to make that distiller's beer as part of their, I guess, craft. Anywho, so this is a much maligned sort of libation or spirit. People love it, they hate it, they say it's shit. When I was a bartender, I made more fucking Jack and Cokes and Jack Manhattans and Jack this and Jack that than I can fucking remember. I mean, I poured more Jack than you can shake a stick at. Jack and Crown, I poured like 24/7. So, you know what? Let's get into the nose of this. Let's talk about it. It's not my favorite. I usually mix this with something. I like Jack and Coke. I like Jack and Gingers. But you know what? You're gonna just drink it neat tonight. You can put water in this. The only thing water that I found that does to Jack is it kind of mellows it out and brings up a little more caramel. I want the raw and dirty flavors on this, so let's see what's up with the aroma. Oh wait, we gotta tell you what it looks like first. It's caramel color. Done. Ding. It's actually light caramel when you swirl it. I've got my, of course, Jack Daniel's kind of glass here that came with this bottle. This was cheap. It was on sale at Total Wine for $17.99. With 2 glasses, duh. Anywho, so, wow, the aroma's wafting up from here. Let's see what's up with the aroma, because I was doing it before, now I'm going to do it now. Anyway, diving in. Nice caramel, vanilla, getting that maple sweetness, a bit of char and ash. A couple maybe citric notes, a little bit of pepperiness maybe coming from the rye. That's about it. A little bit of phenolic alcohol whiff. I've heard some people say this smells like glue and all that stuff. You know what? I don't get that. It's got a really pretty nice nose, actually, for what it is. I don't know why. And if it smelled like glue and airplane glue and like some of the fucking whiskey snobs, talk about out there, why would they produce 11 million cases of this a year? Why would people drink it? It's not just because it's a label and it's like the bad boy drink that bikers and rock and rollers and shit like that drink. There's got to be some reason people drink it, right? So, we'll dive in for more aroma, let's say. Actually, a lot of nice, toffee as well, and the vanilla gets bigger as it opens up more. I pre-poured this so it would open up and breathe a bit, because when you pour it raw out of the bottle, it does need to, kind of wake up a little bit to smell good. That's about it. That's all going on. It's not like a big phenolic alcohol presence or anything, though I know when I taste it, that's going to be there, because I've drank plenty of Jack in my day. So let's dive in, guys. Cheers. Whew. That hits like Jack, damn. Right up in front. It has an astringent alcohol character for sure. plenty of burn going down in this spirit. You get that maple sweetness that's in there, kind of that, I guess, refined from that process. A bit of charcoal, definitely plenty of like raw kind of booze sort of alcohol in this. Tons of caramel though. It does have a good bit of caramel in the taste. Vanilla, a bit of smoke as well. It doesn't have a horrible aftertaste. It's actually pretty dry in the finish. Considering it's a 40% ABV or 80 proof booze, that's kind of surprising. Usually the bigger stuff's more dry, but it's actually pretty dry. At the second sip, it's not as hot going down. Maybe that first one just like burns your freaking pipes down to the bottom. But, it is what it is. It's not a mind blower. There's vanilla in there, there's caramel spice, some of those charred kind of notes, a bit of smokiness, and maybe some of that sweetness from the sugar maple, and that's about it. But it's a simple, straightforward whiskey, like straightforward, not super complex bourbon that's been filtered through the Tennessee process, right, or the Lynchburg County method to give it that little bit extra kick. And I think that's why it's been around so long. It's a great mixer. I love this with Coke or ginger ale or ginger beer even, and it makes some pretty cool cocktails. It's a nice accoutrement, and it's not super expensive, and it sells like crazy, so somebody's got to like it. So, we got to grade this. I don't really look at other, grading sites and things of that sort when I do these reviews on booze. I'm going to take another taste and I'll pass judgment. As an American icon, Jack's just there, right? It's bad boy, it's rock and roll, it's freaking street fighting and, riding motorcycles and all that crazy shit. So it's a really fucking classic, man. It's got a place in history. It's one of the most recognizable brands on the entire freaking planet. Like Jack and Coca-Cola are like neck and neck, right? Like with Apple and shit like that. As basically what it is a bourbon with that filtering process. I think I'm gonna go like 82, like B minus. It has decent taste. I drink it. I keep a bottle of Jack around. I mean, because people love it in mixers. And it's not like an abysmal spirit like a lot of people want to say. So, I'm going to go like that B minus range. But it's a really tasty, kind of treat every once in a while. Sometimes you just want to drink some Jack, right? Maybe. Maybe not. Anyway, so if you have had Jack Daniels Old No. 7, I'll bet you have. Because I think Old No. 7 is probably like the 7th batch or after they made some. And they decided to go with that one back in the day. Let me know what you know, because I like the quid pro quo and the back and forth. That's awesome. I also like it when you think globally, drink locally, and support the, this isn't necessarily a craft spirit, but support the craft spirit movement. Anyway, this is definitely industrial produced in wide scale. Also, it's really awesome. You know what? This does have a decent aftertaste, I guess. Sorry, I was digressing. It's also really awesome if you rate, comment, subscribe, and what do you gotta do? Smash that like button, because that, along with only one little glassy type here of Jack Daniels Old No. 7, puts my happy face on. So to the next DJs BrewTube, I got nothing but a bunch of Old No. 7 booze, drinking love for you, and you knew what's coming. Hell yes, a big peace to her.